Hello, wild people. Welcome to AK Wild One. Are you a do-it-yourselfer who would like to take more control over what you eat on the trail? Well, today I'd like to share with you my favorite granola recipe, and it's very simple to make. Thank you for tuning in to AK Wild One and my fake kitchen set. You know, I'm starting to prepare more and more of my own meals for the trail. In the weeks ahead, I'll be sharing with you some of the breakfasts, snacks, energy bars, and dehydrated dinners that I enjoy. I want to pay attention to the sources I use in my meals, sifting out ingredients that might not be healthy and beneficial, or, even worse, too difficult for me to pronounce, such as xanthan gum, carrageenan, diglycerides, and my favorite, carboxymethylcellulose. Try that one. And include those ingredients that push the needle toward better nutrition. So today I'll share with you a very simple granola recipe that can be modified in many ways. The basic ingredients include organic oats, coconut oil, and pure maple syrup. Coconut oil is 92% saturated fat and can raise cholesterol levels similar to animal fats, butter, lard, those kinds of things. However, it does contain a unique type of medium-chain saturated fat called lauric acid that research shows raises HDL or good cholesterol levels, which may lower heart attack risk. However, some people claim using olive oil or canola oil is more heart healthy. I prefer to use virgin coconut oil that has not been chemically processed or hydrogenated. Pure maple syrup also has some benefits. It contains manganese and magnesium, which is good for your bones and heart. It also contains zinc and copper, calcium, iron, potassium, and it's also rich in antioxidants. However, maple syrup has high sugar content. Honey has about 17 grams of sugar per tablespoon compared to 12 grams of sugar per tablespoon for maple syrup. This year, I'm going to make birch syrup, which requires boiling more than 100 gallons of birch sap to make 1 gallon of birch syrup. That'll happen in April. I can't wait to use birch syrup in my granola recipe. So today I'm going to make an industrial size recipe. I'll list the recipe in the description and also at the end of the video. And if you like where this is heading, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit that notifications button. It helps a lot. Okay, first thing I'll do is I'll preheat my oven to 300 degrees. I start out by melting 1.5 cups of coconut oil and mixing it with 1.5 cups of maple syrup. And I'll add about 1.5 teaspoons or more of ground cinnamon and a smidge or two of nutmeg and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Next, I'll add roughly 9 cups of oats and mix it thoroughly. Now I'll add 2 cups of sliced almonds, a cup of sliced walnuts, and a cup or 2 of pumpkin seeds, which I've hidden because Flash raids them when I'm not looking. You could also add other nuts of your choice. So I mix all this together, spread it out on a cookie sheet covered in parchment paper, not too thick, and then cover the sheet. It generally takes about 20 minutes to cook, but I'll pull the pans out and stir the contents every 5 minutes or so. You want to be sure to stir the granola while it's cooking so that it doesn't burn on the edges. Next, when the granola is no longer soggy but cooked, I'll place the parchment papers on a wire rack or on a table and let them cool, making sure burn the husky doesn't get too close. That's a very important step. Once cool, I'll sprinkle in about 2 cups each of the following ingredients: banana chips, cranberries, blueberries, goji berries, and let it continue cooling. Then, when everything's cool, I'll pour it all into a big jar and then vacuum seal my granola and store it in the freezer until I need it. The real challenge with making this recipe is making sure you don't eat it all before you hit the trail, which I'm always tempted to do. This granola recipe makes for a great trail snack or breakfast. Imagine eating it with some fresh huckleberries or raspberries, or perhaps some salmon berries you encounter along the PCT in Washington, while you sip a hot cup of coffee in the morning watching the sunrise. True symmetry between your body, soul, and stomach. I think it's better than anything you can buy in a store. Maybe you think I'm biased, but I prefer to think of myself as just delusional. And this goes out to all the gentlemen who are not afraid of the kitchen. If women don't consider you hot, at least they'll say you're cooking. Well, wild people, I hope you enjoy this recipe. And until we meet again, live wildly, my friends.